I know y'all see the title. I know y'all see the title. What we're gonna be talking about. I know y'all see the title, baby. Come on in. Come on in. Got my stinky shoes. Exercise is done. Rehearsal's done. I'm kind of stuck on my second song, but it made me realize what I have to talk about now. It gave me something to come on here and talk about because it's a, it's a,
That's better. All me. No distractions, no headphones broken, no broken headphones, and I could feel my voice. But when you're in the in between, right? It's like life and death. Everything in the in between matters. Those two dates, the one that you come into the world and the one that you leave the world, those don't matter as much as the in between. All the things that happens during the in between are the only things that matter. And I've been thinking about my health. I've been thinking about my voice. I've been thinking about everything and the part that I played in making it the way that it is, the things that I've done to, to hinder myself. Yeah. But it's not like it's a final thing, right? Anything in the in between, it can be changed, it can be fixed, it can be remedied as long, as long as you're aware of it. As long as you're aware of it. What's up? Hit that like button when y'all come in. Help me get around. Help me spread my channel. Let's get this podcast to 100,000 subscribers. But in the in between, anything that's going wrong in the in between can be fixed. Whatever, if you got a flu or you got a cold, you can be healed. Something goes wrong or something's happening, there's solutions for that, but only if we're aware of it. And because I became aware of myself as I was centering myself and becoming, grounded where I needed to be or where I need to go, it helped me realize that, I gotta do a lot of physical healing on top of my spiritual practices because I've been so spiritually practiced, it made me quickly aware to the physical things that I need to work on. So when you practice the spiritual and you keep up your hygiene, right? You keep negative thoughts out, you keep your vibration high, you keep your spirit, you keep yourself in good spirits. That way you don't have to worry about fighting negative entities or fighting off any, ill intentions or anything like that. Your intentions are always pure. But when you do that in the spirit world and in the spirit aspect of life, it makes it easier for the other half, which is the physical, It makes it easier for that part and that aspect of you. It makes it easier for you to, you know, become healthy in the physical, right? Because everything starts in the spiritual. And if your spiritual is, disgusting, you're not even going to be aware of what physical ailments or what physical aspects of you that needs to be healed or that needs to be adjusted, or any type of solutions that you might need to make your day-to-day move smoother. Any projects that you have, get them done, with that mental clarity and that physical clarity. If your spiritual hygiene is nasty, your physical hygiene is going to be disgusting. And it's not hard to see, right? You look at people and they look like they don't shower, or they look like they don't take care of themselves, then you don't have to wonder how their spiritual hygiene is. You should already know that person's spiritual hygiene is very nasty and very dirty. That's why their physical is so disgusting. That's why their attitude is so disgusting. That's why the way they treat people is so disgusting, because whatever is inside is impure. Whatever is inside is toxic, and they haven't done that internal work to get all that toxic thoughts, all the toxic feelings, all the toxic emotions, and all the toxic crap that they eat and they put in and you know put in ourselves. So all those in between things, it matters. All the things that you do in the in between, right? In between spiritual and physical hygiene, you got to drink your water. You got to speak positive to yourself. You got to speak positive over your life. You got to speak positive over the things that you want to get done and accomplish in life. And me, I got to work on breathing. That's where my in between is kind of unclean. I got to clean up my breath. I got to clean up my lungs. I got to clean up all the tar and all the toxic shit from smoking, all that stuff. I got to clean up my lungs in order for me to be my best self, especially when I want to be on stage. Turn my camera for what? Appreciate you, Dwight. Yeah, when y'all coming out, hit the like button. Help a brother out. Help a brother get to the rest of the people, get to the majority. Even though I ain't speaking to the majority, I'm just trying to get to my people. So y'all leaving a like when y'all come in, y'all leaving a comment, I appreciate that. But in order for me to be my best self, my in between, I got to work on my breathing. When I get my lung capacity back up, then it's going to be easier for me to hold a note. It's going to be easier for me to sing my song. It's going to be easier for me to do whatever I got to do. But I wouldn't have been able to, get to this point if I wasn't aware that I need to work on my breathing. Appreciate you for the like. So now that I'm aware and I'm working on my breathing, then maybe next week it might be back at, 90%, 100%, you know? And that's where spiritual power and spiritual intention comes in, because if your spiritual intention ain't high, or your spiritual intention ain't towards like what I just said, maybe next week I'll be at 90%. If my spiritual hygiene wasn't clean, I wouldn't have been able to have that intent. I wouldn't have been able to have that foresight and speak into existence what I want to happen. You won't be able to speak into existence the things that you want to happen in the physical if your in between ain't clean. You got to clean up the in between. In between life and death is that spirituality. So once we clean up our spiritual soul and our spiritual body and our spiritual aspect of ourselves, we're going to become ever more aware of the physical aspect of life. And our physical life is going to be, a lot more manageable. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. It's going to be a lot more manageable because our in between is good. Our spirit is good. So I'm gonna focus a couple weeks on cleaning up my in between, cleaning up my vocals, cleaning up my voice, my vocal cords, my lungs, getting all that, you know, all the toxins out. Hopefully I can get the strength to not go back and, go back down, go back down the roads that I was already traveling. I got to travel my least traveled road because I've been down a lot of roads. So now it's time for me to choose my roads least traveled. And everybody got to choose their least traveled roads. There's not just one least traveled road because if everybody goes down that one road that's least traveled, everybody is going down that road. But you have your specific road that you go down, and you have all these other pathways and all these areas and all these aspects of your life that you could choose. And every single day we have a choice. We choose the same things that we chose yesterday. Well, tomorrow I'm choosing something different. Tomorrow I'm choosing to go left since I've been going right. Or I'm gonna go right since I've been going left. I'm gonna go up since I've been going down. I'm gonna go east since I've been going west. I'm gonna go north since I've been going south, or vice versa. But we got to take that road that we haven't traveled down yet. Not the road that other people haven't traveled down, but the road that we haven't traveled. And once we travel down that road that we haven't traveled, we're gonna find and be able to hone in on those in between things and on those in between aspects or whatever it is that you think that you're a little bit thick on, and we're gonna be able to smoothen it all out. And once we get from that in between, we're gonna get to the other half. We're gonna get to the other side, right? And the other side is the best version of ourselves. Today's version of me realized what I didn't know yesterday. Tomorrow's version of me is gonna have clear lungs, is gonna have clear vocals, is gonna have lung capacity, is gonna be more vocally clear, voyant, or well, however you pronounce that. I'm gonna be vocalized more so than I am today. Get the clutter out, get the roadblocks out of the way, and we just gonna drag. We're gonna drag race. We're gonna go down this long stretch. And as we go down the long stretch, we're realizing where are where are we on our in between, right? In between being an author and wanting to have a published book is writing. So you're in between, if you're an author or you're a poet or you're a writer, your in between might be, you know, sometimes you have creative blocks or you don't know what to write down, right? And a way that you can get past what you know, not knowing what to write down is you actually get a piece of scrap paper and you write down that you don't know what to write down. You write down the things that are, preventing you from having that creative it's giving you the creative block and it's preventing you from having those creative ideas that'll take your book or your poem or whatever you're writing to the next level. So when you don't know what to write towards whatever you're working on, write down some things that go against what you're working on, right? Like I want to write this poem and I want to make it a memorable poem, but I'm not able to think about, which words are memorable. I'm not able to think about what I can say to have that delivery. I'm not able to get my proper wording cadence. So when I'm speaking or when I'm reciting the poem or when I'm reciting whatever I'm writing, I wanted to have that wow effect on the people that's listening. You can write down all that stuff and it'll help you get to what you need to write down. It'll help you get to how you can transform yourself and your writing into something else that'll give you, you know, the outcome that you're looking for. But this ain't gonna be a long message. I just needed to get on here because I'm working on, you know, I'm working on me. I'm working on me and I'm getting comfortable in my skin once again. And I'm getting comfortable in my creativity. I'm getting comfortable in the life that I wanted to live. I'm getting comfortable in believing in myself when I know the people that I've previously talked about my dreams to, they don't believe in me at all. And that's probably why I allowed myself to become lazy in my dreams and become lazy in my goals and the things that I want done because I never had anybody next to me saying, yo, you can do it. Yo, you know, put that out. Work on this track, work on this hook, work on this intro, work on this writing. I never had nobody that said that to me. The only people that, said anything to me, it was all negative shit, right? And it was either something negative or something that wouldn't help me at all in my creativity, and it wouldn't add to anything that I'm creating. So I had to, I had to reel in myself, and I had to understand, and I had to understand, like, I need to, I need to, I need to believe in myself. I need to think about what my higher self would tell me. I need to think about what my mother would tell me if she was alive here in this realm. Not the things that people have told me, not the things that my father or my sister or my friends have told me. None of those things matter to my future. It might matter to the future they want me to have, but the future they want me to have isn't the future that I'm here created for. God didn't tell them my dreams. God told me my dreams, and I decided to tell people my dreams. And when I decide to tell people my dreams, it makes them have the authority mindset that they can tell me that I shouldn't or I should or what's good or what's not good. When all of that stuff came into my heart, they didn't come, my father, my sister, my friends, nobody didn't come and say, hey, God came into my heart and said, one of your dreams is going to be you standing on stage singing your songs to the people, changing the world like Bob Marley did. No, that came into my heart. That came into my dreams. That came into my reality. That came into my spirit. That was delivered by the Holy Ghost to me. That's why I'm against going to church because the pastor can be manipulated by the world because man created sin, not God, not the devil. Man did. So any mandate can cause anybody else that is a man of or mankind to be manipulated by whatever that man said. That's why I don't let men tell me anything. I listen to women because even though women move in their emotions, the things that women say in the spirit, it matters to what the man does in the physical. Let me break that down for you a little bit. The woman thinks about the dream, and the man with the physical muscles and the physical strength is able to build that dream. So when the woman speaks, Her creation is the man. So whatever she speaks, the man creates. That's why we need each other. And that's why I said a long time ago, when the woman actually starts belching and barking out orders, that's when men are really going to start getting in order. Right now, the government is using women to belch and bark out destructive and bullshit. So we're being destructive and we're regurgitating a bunch of bullshit. The woman is speaking bullshit and the man is building division. And the woman is the tool being used against the man who's building the destruction that she is spewing out of her mouth. So once the woman starts spewing creation and unity out of her mouth, the men are going to build and unite physically, right? Because the woman's emotion is being used and the man physically is being used to build whatever the woman is being told to say or being forced or manipulated to believe in her emotions. So whatever she speaks, the in between is the man. And when the man listens to whatever she's saying, we go out there and we build destruction because she's saying destruct. She's saying destroy. She's saying divide. She's saying everything that isn't on the lines of unity, family, and togetherness. So that's why we are the in between of the woman and creation. We build that shit. So whatever she says is the blueprint, and whatever we do is taken from her blueprint. Because from the day a man is born, we spend the rest of our lives trying to get back into the same hole we came out of. So whatever a man does, he's doing it for the love of a woman or the love of a man that he is attracted to, because energy is fluent. And I don't know if y'all like boys or if y'all are LGBT or whatever. I don't know who's watching, but this is a safe space for everybody that could come on here. Whatever whatever you do, whatever you believe in, or whatever you want, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm just here to be your guide. I'm here to be the catalyst between the change that you need to make in their life. I'm the champion of the poor child that never got the opportunity, but uses everything that they have to get to everywhere that they need to be. So my in between is using my resources. It might not be the same level as, my favorite artists or my favorite actors and actresses, but it's my resources. So I'm going to use my resources to get to my desired outcome. And I'm going to continue to work hard until I reach my heart's content. And when I get to my heart's desires, I'm going to share it with the world and I'm going to be rewarded from heaven. I'm going to be disappointed by man, but I'm going to be rewarded from heaven. The universe is going to work and move mountains to make sure I get my just deservings. The universe is going to move mountains to make sure you get your just deserve. As long as you don't look for your deservings from the world, the universe is going to make sure you get it. Mother is always going to make sure her child is fed. Father is always going to defend his children. So the Holy Mother and Father is going to make sure that their children are fed, protected, provided for, and guided. And I'm honored to be one of the tools. I'm honored to be one of the heaven sent instruments. I'm doing my little part, doing my little part. I'm just doing my part. I'm just doing my thing. We all doing our thing, working apart, but together. We working together, even though we're apart. That's why as we clean up our spiritual, our in between becomes focused. So the beginning and the end can be tailored. It'll be tailored towards that in between. However, the spirit world moves or however the spirit world operates, we see a reflection in the physical world because we operate from spirit. We operate through spirit, or spirit operates through us, however you want to put it. But just understand that spirit is God and spirit can do whatever spirit wants to do. That's why I tell y'all, do whatever you want to do. Don't do what nobody tell you to do. I don't even care if you take ideas from anybody, turn them into your ideas. I'm not saying copy and paste, but go inside of you and find your own ideas because it's going to make your life worth living and it's going to make your life worthwhile. It's going to make your day to day easier rather than doing what everybody else is doing or doing what everybody else is telling you to do. You do what you choose, you do what you want, you do what you love, and life is going to reflect all of that. You're going to start seeing like puzzle pieces laid out in front of you once you start doing what you want to do. Every step you take, you're going to start seeing the next step. It's going to start feeling like your steps are ordained by the Most High, but it's because you decided to choose to do what you want to do and not do what everybody else is suggesting, not do what the world is suggesting, not do what the fear or the cowardice aspect of ourselves is suggesting, not, but what the bravest part of ourselves is telling us to do. The bravest parts of ourselves is going to help us clean up that in between. And in the beginning and the end, it's going to all be the same. Just like the saying, as it is in the beginning, so it shall be in the end. If it isn't so in the end, then it's not the end. Focus on that in between. I love y'all.